What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be very, very clear. What you witnessed in Las Vegas last night was not just a fight. It was boxing history. Terence "Bud" Crawford, a 4-division champion, a man already with one of the most impressive resumes in the sport, walked into Allegiant Stadium and did something that a lot of people thought was impossible. He beat Canelo Álvarez at his own game. He didn't just survive. He didn't just compete. He dominated the sweet science.
I want to ask you a little bit about the history that you made tonight. And I want your opinion on which means the most to you. You became a 5-division world champion. You became the 3rd 4-division lineal champion with Mayweather and Pacquiao. You became a 3-time undisputed champion, the first ever in the 2, 3, or 4 belt era. And you became the 2nd undisputed champion in 3 weight classes when there was only 1 champion back in 1938. With Henry Armstrong. That's a lot of stuff.
You hear that? You hear that?
Which do you think means
all
the most?
And all of it. It all goes hand in hand.
Can you describe what it all means to you to have? You just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, you know, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, you know, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
You can say congratulations.
That's it. What can you say? Any words?
Thanks.
I bet you did.
From the opening bell, you saw it. You could feel it. There was no fear in Bud's eyes. The first 3 rounds, he wasn't testing the waters. He was dictating the tempo. His speed, his defense, his footwork, his strategy. Crawford was reading Canelo like an open book. Every time Canelo tried to load up, every time he tried to unleash one of those power shots, Bud was gone, slipping, moving. A masterclass in boxing IQ. This is why we call it the sweet science. Not street fighting, not brawling. Science, calculation, execution. And Bud orchestrated it like a symphony. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Where was Canelo? Because I saw rounds, multiple rounds, where he looked like he was resting, taking breaks, no aggression, no urgency, no adjustments. Look, Canelo Álvarez is a future Hall of Famer, one of the biggest names of this generation. But last night, he looked like a man who just ran into the better boxer, period. Better technically, better conditioned, better prepared. This was not just another win for Bud. This was a man moving up 2 weight classes to challenge the king of the super-middleweights. Canelo has been untouchable in this division for almost a decade. Everyone said, not here, not at 168, not against Canelo. Well, guess what? Bud did it. 2-time undisputed champion, 4 divisions. Now, the man who took Canelo's crown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's legendary. That's all-time greatness. And here's the beauty of it. After the fight, when they asked Bud if this was his signature win, he didn't hesitate. For sure, moving up 2 weight classes, being the B-side, fighting a guy undefeated in his division, of course this means a lot. See, that's a champion's mindset. Not surprised, not shocked. This was not luck. This was execution. Bud knew he could do it. He said it himself. The world was surprised. He was not. For years, people have questioned Bud's resume. He hasn't fought enough big names. He hasn't been tested against the best. Well, consider that narrative dead. Because beating Canelo Álvarez is not just a big name. It's the biggest name. He's now in the pantheon with the Mayweathers, the Sugar Ray Leonards, Roberto Durans, with the Alis and the Tysons. I'm talking icons. In a sport that's been criticized for too many belts, too many politics, too many fights that never happened, this right here was the antidote. 2 superstars on the biggest stage in their prime. And the fight delivered a story that will be told for years. This is what boxing needed. This is what boxing is supposed to be. When people ask, why do you love boxing? Show them this fight. Because boxing is not always about the knockout. It's about the craft, the strategy, the will. Bud Crawford showed us why it's called the sweet science. He took punches, but he stood his ground. He made Canelo react to him. He made the fight his. So what does this mean for Bud's legacy? Let me tell you something. You can no longer talk about the greatest fighters of this era without putting Terence "Bud" Crawford at the top of the list. He's undefeated. He's a 2-time undisputed champion. He's beaten everybody put in front of him. And now he's done the unthinkable against Canelo. That's all-time greatness. So what did we learn last night? We learned that Terence "Bud" Crawford is more than just a champion. He's a strategist, a tactician, an artist in the ring. We learned that Canelo, for all of his greatness, ran into somebody who could take him apart piece by piece. And we learned that the sweet science, when done at the highest level, is still the most beautiful sport in the world. Bud said it best. My time is now. And you looking at the undisputed champion of the world right now. And after what we saw on Saturday night, we ain't got no choice but to believe. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Established Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.